Game 6. Welcome to the Scottrade Center in St. Louis, Missouri for this immaculate Game 6, this immaculate Stanley Cup Final Series. The Blues want to stay alive, go back to Montreal for Game 7. We want to prevent the reality of a possible Game 7. I'm fired up on this Sunday morning to bring the action right to you. Of course, this will probably not be uploaded on a Sunday, more than likely. It shouldn't. And in fact, in the next couple of days, this episode should go live on the channel. But this is it. It's all the play for the Cups in the building for the Montreal Canadiens. We're very used to having the Stanley Cup in the building, and boy, does the game speed feel intense. Oh, we got an injury. And I'm going to have to touch on some Blues injuries in a moment. What? And Duchesne goes offside. Who is the injured Blues player? They had two coming into the game. I was gonna literally just touch on injuries. It is Jaden Schwartz. He was holding that knee and he hobbles off. The times get tougher for the St. Louis Blues. So the big injuries the Blues are dealing with, they are missing their defenseman Laxo on the blue line. They also remember Dmitry Yaskin from Game 1 fame, where he had his hat trick in game number 1 of the series. It was Game 1, right? Ty Ratty's been taken out of the play as well. Well, he is also injured with an MCL sprain, not available for the St. Louis Blues unless, well, it could be a playable injury. I haven't paid attention if Yaskin is indeed in the lineup. And I'm a little thrown off because my computer that I'm recording the video on, the fan is going absolutely nuts. I've never heard the fan on this computer so loud. I have one program running on the computer, and it's the video capture software that's running on the computer. That's it. Oh my God. Shrug off that contact, LeBlanc. I'm going to kick that wide and skate into it. Eller, that was actually perfectly placed. We'll put it down low in the corner. LeBlanc, now back up top for Head. That was supposed to go to Hedman. It will find Hedman. Penalty delayed call against St. Louis. Saved by the goaltender, Jaro Halak. But the power play comes up to the Montreal Canadiens. And we've seen that the St. Louis Blues, I think for the playoffs, have a 70% penalty kill. So they don't have a very good... That was, as I loaded into the game, it showed me the stats for the Blues for the playoffs. Or was that the regular season? I don't know if it's regular season. It should be playoffs. They don't have a very good PK in the playoffs. Murphy plays it into an area where Hedman can skate into it. Of course, we don't have possession anymore in the attacking zone. Ryan Murphy, he gains the zone. Pressure away from the Blues. Now sent along for Hedman. Couldn't receive that pass cleanly enough for my liking. Across to Pacioretty. Look at these passes. Now Murphy will cut back again. Over to Pacioretty, and it's going to be intercepted by Lesio. Easily cleared, but the right idea was there. The mindset was there. Someone's got to decide who's going to receive this puck as it was cleared down the rink. Hedman to his defense partner, but he misses with the pass. Sharp off the blocker, fended off by Price. The penalty kill continues strong for St. Louis here. They're looking to get one shorthanded from the point. Sharp sent in toward Price, but wide of the net. Tarasenko from a weird angle. Cleaned up by Victor Hedman. Turned over by Hedman. The Blues maintain pressure. It rages on in the Canadian zone. All the while, the power play is expiring for the Canadiens. Duchesne to the corner. Looking to play it off of an area. Down low in front, Stromwall couldn't hold on to the puck. Put on by Duchesne. Saved by the St. Louis netminder. It was cleared out of the zone. Price will play it. Oh my goodness, Carey Price. What in the world? Oh my God. Carey Price. Double agent Carey Price. Stromwall punch deep to the inside, did not work out favorably for the Canadiens. What an unbelievably embarrassing own goal that would have been if Carey Price gave up the goal there. Tamernis out of the corner, bothered by the forecheck. Pass for Ming is not on target. We are missing passes everywhere. I'm going to float this out to center ice. It'll be in the skates of Sukai Ming, played down at center by McRae, dumped back in by the Blues. Tamernis, we can take a favorable chop at this. It will find the stick blade of Sukai Ming. That should be a dump in, but the stick fails. Sukai Ming on the one-timer. Kamaev scores! Don't need a stick when you have your teammate to bail you out of that one. Nice feed across the rink, right into the wheelhouse for Denis Kamaev. Look at Ming. He just wanted to observe this goal. He didn't go back and get a new stick. He's like, I'm going to come down here. I have full confidence that you guys can give us the lead on this play, and they did. Ooh, The coffee is very warm. Not hot, but very, very warm. And it's very nice and delicious as it hits my taste buds. So too does that Sukai Ming, the Kamayev goal. The Sukai Ming should have an assist on as well. That hit the taste buds just right. That'll wake you up. We're going to punch this wide and then down low. And I don't know how you flip that out of play. That physics on that didn't exactly make sense, but okay, we're going to just run with it. All I wanted to do was punch it into an area so we could skate back into it, buy time for our teammates, and then let them get involved in the play so we can make something happen. And speaking of making something happen, Patch ready. We'll play it along the boards. Rim play for Marchand. That was a wrecking ball hit on Brad Marchand. Play is up to Sharp. He's been stood up by I want to say Victor Tamernis. Henrik Tamernis. That is, I should have never played the puck there, but we're going to get it out of the zone anyway. We'll lay this along. Patch up to Marchand from Patch ready. Marchand out of the corner. Spin move protects the puck. Sends it along. Tamernis. It's a little behind Tamernis. Whacked back into the zone, but it is going to be a delayed offside against the Canadiens. Again, a reminder for those of you what is on the line this evening, not just for the Blues, but also what's on the line for the Canadiens, is there is an opportunity at a three-peat. Another big blocker, stick side save by Jarl Halak. Played to the corner. Hjalmarsson, he's on the forechecking duties. Past the aggressive play of Hedman there, and the Blues are up. That's flung wide, rink wide now for Hjalmarsson. This should be an easy play for Hjalmarsson. He doesn't step around the Blues defender. Well played by Polak. Holland can get to it on the boards. Sent back behind the net. That's going to be the strategy. Get it down behind the net. Hopefully a penalty not upcoming on the play. Behind the play, Reinhardt sent to another dimension on that hit. Up the boards for Holland. I saw you, Sean Monahan, but it was a dangerous pass if I made it. If I made the pass to Monahan, he was in a vulnerable spot, so I didn't make it, and we had to turn over instead. Dump in and a change for the Canadiens. Holland, good pressure on the forecheck. I like the pace of play in this game already. 7.5 to go in the first period of play of this Game 6. Blues not out of it by a long shot, just down by a goal right now. And they might tie the game here behind Price. I would absolutely take the whistle right there. Ryan Murphy kneels in service of the great Carey Price. Do 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 do. Max Verstappen. Love this song. Oh, and the Blues fans, with whatever they were chanting, was almost perfectly in time with that song. That song is an absolute vibe and a perfect add to this hockey game. Down low for Marchand. Couldn't quite hold on to the puck there, but a great opportunity was had for the Canadiens. There's a miscommunication who was going after the loose puck between Duchesne and Marchand. Marchand on the back check. He wants the cup. He's playing hard tonight. I like what I've seen. That was a weird set of puck physics as it ended up bobbling behind Carey Price. The Blues have got pace in this game. We're going to swing D to D. That was a dangerous pass in front of Price. Again, the passing has really been off the target tonight in this game. Windmill opportunity. Duchesne pulls it off. Oh my gosh, Duchesne. Just that little bit close to getting a highlight reel marker in a cup clinching scenario. Not that that goal specifically would have clinched the Stanley Cup for the Canadiens, but this is a cup clinching game. They're just that little bit faster to the pucks right now. Berglund, pressured by Ming. It's going to be on the wing, rink wide. A penalty coming up. LeBlanc will touch and I believe also go to the penalty box. A charge to the Canadiens forward. I don't think that's a charge. I disagree with the penalty call on that. Full stop. The referees, they had to even things up a little bit. They had to give the Blues a power play in this period. They saw one opportunity, they took it. And there it is. The game is indeed even on the scoreboard now. It was a weird carom off the inboards, went right to Ty Ratty. They may be Dmitry Yaskinless. They may be Alexei Laxo-less. They may be... Who else got injured? Who got injured in this game? Jaden Schwartz-less. The Schwartz is not with the Blues. but they don't need it. They have a guy named Ty Ratty and Vlad Tarasenko carrying the load for this team. That was an awkward time for me to have a burp in the middle of a sentence. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little bit gassy this morning. And Subban's going to go right to the box. Okay, so we're going to make this immediate change right now. I'm not playing any games. We've seen what this Blues team can do in a heartbeat. I'm not giving them any chances with this power play. I could have had the same mindset on the first power play. They got 2 shots on goal, and it was pretty instantaneous goal. Severson does the job and clears the zone. So if you get a chance off the glass and out, there's a big power play in this game. Really is. The momentum could absolutely be with St. Louis. Pavelski rebound. What a block and a big diving play by Damon Severson. I don't even know my own team. I wanted to say Severson at first, and I thought, but it could be Dumoulin, but this is Dumoulin right here. Dumoulin skate. Dumoulin wearing 11, Severson in the number 8. Duchesne took a weird route to the puck there. Brought along by St. Louis again on the power play. Dumoulin uses the hip check to take this time and space away. Hedman off the glass, down the rink. Kill as much time as possible before you clear. It was an attempt to settle the puck by Jaro Halak. Reinhart brings it into the zone, flips it in behind the net. Tamernis under pressure from the forecheck of McRae, and a high sticking penalty is coming up to Damon Severson. This is an AI-controlled Severson that took the penalty for the record. McRae by the side of the net. It's coming here. Where's it going? Oh my goodness. Oh, 5-on-3 for 2 seconds. We just can't get out of our own way in this game right now. So I didn't have anything to do with the Damon Severson high stick. This is a CPU penalty. Then I took control of Severson right after the slash. Slash, high stick, whatever. This is a must-win face-off. We got it. And boom. I don't even care if we hit Subban out of the box. It just has to go. Ooh. It just has to go down the ice. So Subban back on the ice is big. I don't even remember if Subban is a primary penalty-killing defenseman, but we're going to find out now. He is, and he should be. He's on a D pair with his best friend, Victor Hedman. They man that first D pair together at 5-on-5 as well. Big forechecking effort from Pavelski. Hedman's got to search after this. Shot, rebound. Price has been busy. He's been a busybody in the net, but, I mean, you would expect nothing less from the Blues. This was a really composed effort from Marchand. Just got to send it down the ice. At a certain point, it has to get down the rink. There's no time for shorthanded games with this team. We're good offensively shorthanded, but there's just no time for those kind of games with the puck shorthanded. Oh, Subban's going to go right back in the box. This game is rigged. Rigged game. Rigged and not for my pleasure. Not right now, it isn't. Ratty, oh my God. Ooh. Okay, we gotta go with a different approach on D. And Firefox. Oh my God, Firefox, pissed off. What is going on with Firefox, man? Okay, I can't worry about my computer. It's opening a million Firefox. I kid you not. My PC is opening a million Firefox windows right now. What a bad turnover. We are really picking a bad time to shit the bed here, guys. Let's go. You know, I'm shooting this on net. I don't know how many shots. Well, never mind. I don't know how many shots Carey Price saw in that period, but it was way too many. I got to figure out what the hell's going on with Firefox on my PC. It's just opening window after window right now. What is going on? This has got to be a joke, right? This has got to be a joke. Okay, well, I guess I showed you the stats. We're being outshot 21-3. This is stupid. This game is next level stupid. I mean, a lot of it is because the Blues have gotten power play after power play at the end of the period. We got to start skating. We got to just start skating, and we're not doing enough right now against St. Louis. Hedman, dump in on goal. The goal is not in the corner. That doesn't help. So now we're just doing normal PK, and it needs to be the last penalty that we take of this game. That's an icing against the Blues if you can touch it. How's that not a penalty? How's that not a penalty? I didn't even play the puck. Oh, this game's about to piss me off so much. Ming, drag, shoot, blocker save. Hedman, or Marchand, not Hedman. It's in front, it trickles wide of the net. This is a crazy-ass game. Get in there after it. Sukai Ming, no penalties. Oh, my team is not moving their feet at all. Sent in behind the net. Dumoulin, board play, yeah. I got to get into the action. I got to get more fired up than I am right now. Tamernis, it's carried away by Duchesne. That should be a deke. One toe drag move by Duchesne. Oh, the Blues, they're fired up for this game. They're going to lay everything on the line in this game. They really are. And they've been given a gift as well by the officiating in this one as well with all the penalties. But I've taken out one of their players. I'm floating this down the ice, out of reach of Duchesne. Got to put pressure on. Sent back in. Hedman. Clean retrieval. Weak side breakout. Rink wide pass. Deflected off the stick of Duchesne. Of course, it's going to go offside. Yeah, we can't get anything through neutral ice right now. The Blues have this on lockdown mode. Deflected in front. Duchesne. Poke checked away from Shattenkirk. Back to the point. Held in. Floated in on net. It's just been all Blues in this game. My God. Played out to Marchand. Can we get a windmill move? Windmill move. My teammate's not coming with me. Go to the net. Duchesne saved, I believe, by Jaro Halak. The biggest of the saves that he's made in this game right now. Of the handful that he's seen. Back to the point. Hedman. Shot. Bobbled save. Chalmerson. It's in front. That's a weird weak side angle chance. A run at Bacchus was taken by Kamaya. Played up to Perron. Whoa, the speed of the game right now is insane. This is truly an intense one. Why are we not retrieving the puck here? Subban, turn, try to protect himself, plays it along behind the net for Hedman. The breakout finds Kohlberg. Oh my God, the game speed too much for me. Skate to stick move by Kohlberg. That was nice. Plays it down low for Holland. It never reached. And it will be to the far boards, tucked back in by the Canadiens. What is the gameplay? What are we doing on the ice right now? To the far side corner, to the left of Halak. The controller in danger of being disconnected with a low battery. Holland applies the forechecking pressure, knocked down by Ming. Up to Sharp now, the old man legs of Patrick Sharp, 39-year-old legs, getting it done in the Stanley Cup Final. Wants one last dream of clenching that cup with the Blues here. Oh, I have totally lost my brain with this game. Are we going to have to make it? We need to make a defensive adjustment. I don't know if I made one before the period even ended. I've had so much stuff going. I've had so many things going on. All the penalties that we took, the speed and the pace of this game, my team not being collected together, and then I had Firefox. Something was laying on my PC keyboard that was opening up a million windows of Firefox, and I had to shut it all down in the intermission. Bacchus. Oh, I didn't even know where the puck was. Shattenkirk, the Blues take the lead. Okay. Yeah, we went to contain puck, and it's not working. Oh, I lost the puck because it hit the feet. Right here, it hit the feet of my teammate, Lars Eller, right to Shattenkirk. This has been a poorly played game. It feels at this point like we're going to a Game 7. It just feels that way. If we win this, we dump it in. We need to start getting on the forecheck. Third line is out there. Yep, just dump it in. Send it in. Forecheck hard. Forecheck really hard. Good play by Kamayev. And he continues the effort. Take him away on the boards. Take him away on the boards. Good knockdown play. Eller's in on a breakaway. Don't goof this up, Eller. Tried to slide it 5-all. That was a break and a half to get that. And we couldn't do anything with the breakaway chance. I should have gone the forehand backhand on that play. But anyway. He got a shot on goal, technically. I'll take it. Tamertis, big rip. Saved and fended off. Halak going to have the game of all games here, isn't he? Monahan's in front against Shattenkirk. Perron brings it ahead along to Bacchus. Dumped in by David Bacchus, the Blues captain. Reversed behind the net by Price. Tamertis sends it back up the weak side boards. There is no one in support of the breakout. Drop for Severson. D-to-D. The Blues forecheck. Pretty good right there. They weren't really doing anything with the forecheck. They were kind of standing still on that, and I still had a tough time getting the puck out. Is this a match-for-match, match-for-match matchup? That doesn't work. Is this a like-for-like matchup in the Stanley Cup Final? These two teams are on equal footing with each other. At least through this game they are. Even if we trail on the scoreboard. Colberg. Actually, the Blues have been easily the better team so far in this game. We just had slow legs all game long, dumped in to the right of Carey Price. Picked up by Murphy. Back up the boards it goes. Flung in on Price. Big rebound. McRae flung wide by Reinhart. Saucer pass into center ice by the Canadiens, looking to just escape harm for the time being. Duchesne applies the forechecking pressure. Gets a stick on that one. Pietrangelo picks up his D partner. McRae. Out on the outlet to Reinhart. Now sent along for Tarasenko. At center ice, dumped in by Tarasenko. Golfed at by LeBlanc. That'll be chopped but kept inside the zone. Tarasenko's chance is blocked and deflected wide. Chopped back out to center. It's all we can do to just keep the puck out of the zone right now. Pressure applied on Polak. Good interception by LeBlanc, but he was bowled over by Polak on the play. Lazy pass for Sharp. He's run into by LeBlanc. Polak dumps back in. Canadiens can't get a foothold in the attacking zone of this game right now. There is just nowhere to be had. Dumoulin pulls it back, and that was not a very wise play to begin with by the Canadiens defenseman. Shot saved by Price. He will be the hero of the game if the Canadiens can pull this one off. Might have been wise to take a whistle there, as if we just can't get anything established. Now, I mean, the frustration's really going to start boiling over with me. Dumoulin picks it up on the dump in. Over to Murphy. Strong pass for Eller at center ice. Eller a couple moves. And a few moves too many for Lars Eller. He outdid himself on that one. Dump back in on the backhand. Dumoulin plays it out of the air. Glove to stick. Icing play coming up. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the most frustrating I've been against an AI opponent. I mean, they got a game plan for us, and we don't. All right, we're going to change this to collapsing D in front of our net to begin with. That's the first change I'm going to make. Eller with a good face-off win. Get your Tukuses moving. We got to really get our cheeks moving up the ice. We're missing passes everywhere. It's just one missed pass after another missed pass. Get pressure and get the puck back. I don't want to know what the shots on goal disparity is going to be coming out of this period either. On the board, they're taking the boards away from us a lot better in this game than they have in the whole series so far. Drop back to Monahan. I don't know who I thought I was going to feed that back across to. Sometimes the puck's just got to be on the net. Jalmerson, but it's knocked back to center ice. Oh, the frustration continues for me. This is a dump in on net. And we can't even get it on net. That one will be knocked down by Monahan. We got to fight for pucks. We just got to make something happen. Down 1 goal in this game. This is a very winnable game. This is doable for us. Monahan helping Dumoulin out along his own net. Oh, man, Jalmerson, no speed. Jalmerson, cut back move. Did you see that coming? Right across for Marchand, but intercepted by Perron. He frantically plays it to the corner. Help me out on the forecheck, please. Already 2 minutes to go in the second period of play. We need a power play. We just need to get to that power play. Oh, my God. It's going to be left free. Down low, patch ready. It deflects into Halak. What is the play? I mean, what is the move? There are no moves. Is the 2-3? I think the 2-3 is the way to go forechecking-wise. I think it's looked good. The main thing for me is I know the stats are going to be outrageous coming out of this period for the first 2 periods of play, but we just got to stay calm and play our game. We're still in this. We're only down by 1. Let's just get the next shot and get the next goal. Hedman. Low. Everything's just getting deflected or getting blocked. And that's what's most frustrating about this. Everything's just getting blocked or deflected. A good poke check and we don't get it back. We make a good poke check play. Hedman. Yeah, frustrating against because we didn't get it back from Steen, and I didn't need to take that penalty. That could be a costly penalty from Hedman. That could really be a costly penalty from Hedman. That could be a bad one. It's just boiled over for me. This has become it's been a frustrating game. It pretty much has been since the Blues got their first goal of this game. I mean, we made the right play, knocked him free of the puck, and we didn't get it back. This AI is giving me everything. 14 shots on the power play is just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, man, I'm losing my cool with this gameplay. I really am losing my cool with this gameplay. Oh, my God. It's just the most chaotic bullshit I've ever seen in my life. LeBlanc, let's go. Inside out, shot. We're tied. I can't believe that went in. I mean, he just kind of floated it off the zone entry, and we are tied. I can relax a little bit with that goal by Louis LeBlanc, but it means nothing to me right now if we don't have the lead. And we still got a whole minute and 37 to kill off with the power play that St. Louis has. So win me a face-off, dump the puck in, let's clear it. We need to get we need at least 3 power plays in the next period to offset all this. What in the hell was that, Subban? He can't even pick it up and skate it without running into his own goaltender. I know he was pushed in there. Pick it up and skate it cleanly away from your net. 35 shots to 11 is stupid ridiculous. That's the AI on this difficulty. When they want to win a game, they'll win a game. And hopefully they don't. We've got a tie affair entering the 3rd period. It's going to take a hell of an effort to fend off this Blues attack. It just keeps getting power play after power play after power play. If we get a lead, I promise you, cup clinching game, 3rd period, I'm going to go to the 1-3-1 trap. I will move to a 1-3-1 trap. We haven't helped Price out in this game. We've spent 0 time in Halak's end of the rink. We haven't pressured their goaltender. We put 11 total shots on goal for the game. Now, 2 of them have gone in. And I'm very thankful to have 2 of them find the back of the cage so far in the game because we've needed both of those 2 goals, and yet it's yet another shot on net against Carey Price. But, you know, even if I dump it in, I don't care. If I have to fight for that, it's a flub tub shot, buddy. Absolutely eat a bag of dicks, man. It was a flub tub shot. And we're not winning face-offs. Duchesne's not doing his job on the kill, winning face-offs. We pasted Tarasenko there along the boards. Marchand on the clean retrieval. You know I'm going for it shorthanded. Screw this. Nice shot by Duchesne. Just need to get one. We just need to get shots on goal. Even if it's shorthanded. Ratty. Oh my, and they missed the pass. Floated down the rink by Marchand. That'll be wide of the cage, but played by Halak. Dangerous pass by Halak. Duchesne. Who are you working for, Duchesne? He's working for St. Louis. You're trying to help out the power play. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. It's all that I can handle right now. Oh, Severson. Stick lift on Shattenkirk. You just know something big is coming if we keep this up. If we can't get this shut down, if we can't put this on lockdown mode, something big from St. Louis is coming. Sent back in to Murnus. Help me out. Give me an option on the breakout. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, man. It's one of those kind of games where we can't make anything go for us. We can't do anything right in this game. I'm going to have a conniption fit playing this game. I really am going to have a conniption fit. I can't get settled into one. That was a beautiful hit on Vlad Tarasenko. Go to EB Games. You can find him on the cover of the next NHL game. Because he's been pasted onto the cover by PK Subban with that hit. There's a goal. Reinhart, the lead restored to St. Louis. I just don't know what to do for this team. I really don't know what to do. You can go contain pucks, staggered, whatever it is. It really doesn't frickin' matter how we play the game. First of the playoffs, by the way, for Sam Reinhart. Welcome to the score sheet with your first goal. What a time to score your first goal of the playoffs. What a time for Carey Price to look like an absolute twat in the net. I can't even get angry at Carey Price. We've hung him out to dry for this entire game. This entire game has been our defense's fault for all these constant breakdowns. Let's get it, Dumoulin. Get it and go. Get it and go. Get it and go. Push it up to Jalmerson. We just got no speed. We got no legs in this game. Cut back. There it is. Shoot. Murphy. Oh, Murphy has a theme for these kind of goals. What an unbelievable play. He's kind of glitching out. He can't believe he scored the goal, so he's glitching out. His 5th of the playoffs. He has, I believe that's his 3rd of the Stanley Cup final. This is a big game player in the final. Ryan Murphy, my free agent defenseman signing. I'm pretty sure that's his 3rd of the series. And they've all been 5-hole. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have all of Ryan Murphy's goals in this series been 5-hole? We need a series in review. What a time to tie the game right there. We've had an absolute mare of a game. We really have. This has been an unbelievably crappy effort in the Stanley Cup Final. Awful effort from the whole team. And we're in the game tied. LeBlanc, go, I'm sending you on a dart. He has a crucial goal in this game, but it's going to be an icing as Pollock touches up. Every play has just been, we've been that close, but every play is so fine in a tight game, in a tight series like this one. Go, Ming, that's your puck. Why are we just so slow? Oh my goodness, we're poked away by Subban. Shot back in, Hedman. I'm floating it out to center ice. Go after it, Kamayev. He's not skating after it. Now he is. The player switching does not help. That's one of my biggest complaints with this game. Sometimes the player switching just sucks. And I complain about it like EA's going to fix it. But yeah, it's the player switching sometimes really just rattles my brain. Kamayev. Whatever he's doing on the ice is going to rattle my brain here. Kamayev is battling for it. I mean, he's still battling for it. Dives, but there was to no avail. Touch the puck. Had a shot at a clear-cut icing, and we couldn't get it. Drop pass. Hjalmarsson. Oh, my God. Hjalmarsson. And that's just not the time. This is not a game to be doing fancy moves with the puck. Not a time to be trying to make a 4 million IQ play. Go, Dumoulin. You got to be kidding. Okay, Dumoulin still has it. And he doesn't anymore. It's just been unbelievable luck for St. Louis in this one. They'll get the next goal in this game, too. Watch. Lucky to be in the position that they're in this game. That was a big rebound, but fortunately cleaned up by Duchesne, who's also been cleaned up all over the ice. Marchand. Every time there's just like 3 Blues players around the puck carrier on the zone entry. Will the cup be lifted tonight? The way we're playing right now, I have my doubts that the cup will be lifted in this building this evening. Float out to center. Come on, Marshy, you got to get to that puck. Keep applying pressure, though. Even though the puck went past you, don't give up on the play. Stay in there, forecheck hard. You can get it back. Back up top. Well, that's not where I was going to go with it. The Severson, it's cranked wide of the net. Wow. St. Louis has been a handful in this game. The Blues have been such a handful in this game. Dumped back in. This is a chaos affair. Again, I'm going to hit LeBlanc. Stretch pass. He's shielded off nicely. Backdoor for Stromall. Weird reception. What in the hell's going on in this game? Shattenkirk laid all over the ice surface on the hit from Hedman. You got to have your eyes up out here at all times in a game like this one. This is such a dumb game. And I don't want to just go dumping the puck in on the goaltender every time we gain the blue line. I think at some point we got to start kind of, I've said this before, but we kind of got to find a way to chip it and grind out. That's an icing. And we actually get it this time. We got to chip it and grind out shifts in their zone. Wear down their D. If we could, I don't know what my first line is. My third line is set to overload. So if we can run that overload strategy, Subban fake shot. That was not very wise, but here we go. Hedman plays it off the bounce over to Subban. Now just, you got to slap it. Deflection, we're looking for it. Back on net. Big pad rebound. Back on Subban. You got to shoot the puck. Don't shovel it with your stick. I'm playing this wisely. Drop. Hedman. Don't screen Pricer. It's behind Carey. And he lays on it. We are at threat of losing this game. I don't know how that didn't go over the goal line. My heart can't take this anymore. None of my body parts can take this game anymore. Price is like, don't move. Hey, no one moved a muscle on that play, and especially Carey Price. For my sake, I'm glad he didn't. Get the puck. Oh my God, man. It's every little thing in this game. There's my support in the middle. Sean Monahan, windmill D. Oh, he just bodied by 2 Blues players. It's been the theme of the night. There's always 2 Blues players around whoever has the handle on the zone entry for my team. So we're going to slow it down behind the net. And I see my pass. There's my breakout. Now, there you go. They're going to have an aggressive forecheck. You know they are. They have to at this point of this game in this series. They have a really nice 2-man forecheck going on there. Glad Tarasenko wide on the backhand. Can't play games with that guy having the puck on the ice. Mink. That's a dump in on goal, which I said I wasn't really interested in doing, but in this case it worked out. Stromwell shooting, flung wide. Can Ming put pressure with his forecheck? He does. He has it. He's going at it with Bouwmeester. Long stretch pass finds a wide open Sharp in the neutral ice, dumped in on the goaltender. Severson, D to D. Oh my God, and that's probably why we don't need to go D to D there. Ming is an option, but I don't like how close the Blues players are to him. So we're going to cut back, dump it in. Stromwell, you got to actually pick the puck up off the board. Stromwell, nice play by Ming on the forecheck. He's just not a heavy enough player. He could have made a bigger difference with that body collision. So now we're at nice step-up play by Hedman. He's going to go for the stick lift, clears the zone. Excellent full-on shift there from Victor Hedman. Oh, Price, stay in the net! Stay in the net, Price. We send it the wrong way, flipped out to center, out of reach, and now gathered by Pollock, sent it back in by Subban. I hate this game right now. I really hate what this game has become. Banked out to center now, off the skate of Pacioretty! Oh my, I can't get anything to go my way right now. I can't get anything right. I can't get a bounce. I get literal dipshit bounces in this game right now. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Subban, slow it down. Just slow the game down for a second. Not too much. Here you go. Marchand's on the boards for you. We're going to saucer that out to center. And picked up by Duchesne. Drop pass. Marchand. Oh, there was no one there. We had a crossing pattern on that entry. Nice hit on Pavelski. Hjalmarsson pinned to the boards. Kicked along. Slung by... Who slung that puck? Lesio. I thought I saw Laxo for a second on the ice. He's injured. He's not in this game. Nice play by Tamernis, who's getting to this first. Damon Severson. Slap play to the weak side boards. Hjalmarsson waiting. Support from Eller, but we didn't find Eller with the pass. What a damn shame. Nice collision with Sharp on the boards. Chopped out by Tamernis. Now poked out by Tamernis. Stop, and you go. Eller, deep to the inside. Puck shield moved. Bank, drop back to Severson on a bank, but blocked. Penalty upcoming. Weak short side attempt from a dead angle. Saved by Halak, but we're going to get the power play. This could be the cup-clinching power play of all times right here. Berglund, interference on Hjalmarsson. That was reckless abandon, son. I need this Canadiens power play. It's going to be, I'm calling it now. I'm calling my shot. Subban's going to have the game winner. He's going to clinch the cup with a shot from the point that's going to win the Stanley Cup for the Canadiens. Subban knocks it down at center. LeBlanc brings it in wide. Drop back up top for Tamernis. Oh, here you go. Oh, saved by Halak. I almost called it. I almost called my shot. Subban, he's destined to get the game winner. Okay, I'm not hunting for the Subban game winner just because I called my shot there. Back up top, that's covered. Oh no. Oh no. What a play. Pavelski's shot, blocker save. Oh my God. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, game. Don't do this to me. Wide open is Pacioretty, but Duchesne steals. He intercepts the pass. Duchesne, windmill move to the outside. Backdoor LeBlanc. It goes in! With 10 seconds left, the Canadiens may have just won the Stanley Cup. Oh, what a heartbreaking goal. Oh, it got over in the VH in time, and it leaks over. Look at this net cam view. Just over the goal line. It took a while for the red light to go off behind Halak. What a heartbreaker. It wasn't Subban. It was LeBlanc. With 10 seconds left, there's the face-off win. This game is all but over. The Canadiens are going to capture their third straight Stanley Cup championship despite being outplayed in Game 6. We avoid overtime. Full big save on Subban. 2.1 to go from Stanley Cup glory. Got a feel for the Blues in this game. They absolutely had us on the ropes. It was going to be a Game 7 certainty. And it is all over. There is no way. Subban shot that stings his teammate one last time, so he'll be limping in the handshake line. It has fallen dead silent here at the Scottrade Center as the Canadiens claim Stanley Cup championship of the GM mode. I believe it would be number 5, the third in a row. The three-peat is a reality. I would have never imagined when we started this GM mode playing on the highest difficulty, because I'm sure there will be people that will doubt it, that I would ever win 3 in a row. I didn't even imagine we'd win this many. Conn Smythe Trophy again goes to Matt Duchene. He had a 13-goal, 29-point playoff. What a postseason run of glory for Matt Duchene and the Habs. We got to keep the band together. I don't think there's any way we can split this team apart. After the run that they have been on for the last 3 seasons, we just don't stop. There are no breaks on this train. We will get to see some familiar faces lift the cup in all of its glory. Matt Duchene, the captain, again. It is an honor to do this again, this time in St. Louis, as it is handed off by the commissioner to the Canadiens' longtime captain now for how many seasons? I don't remember when we named him the captain. Well, that is really awkward, as we don't get a Stanley Cup celebration with this team, as my controller died and disconnected. What a anticlimactic. But you get the screenshot, the freeze frame of Matt Duchene hoisting the cup in the air with all of its glory. Maybe I'll do something in editing. I have no idea. We were outshot 49-21 in this game. We were outshot 49-21 in this game. They actually outpossessed us 4 minutes and 14 seconds on the attack. This is the first time I've been outplayed on the attack by the AI. I think perhaps ever in the GM mode. We just struggled in this game. How many they got 5 power plays in this game, but we had the power play that counted the most at the end. The 3 stars from this game as well. And the goal summary, your game winner, Louis LeBlanc, hero in regulation with 10 seconds to go. There's something magical about this team with 10 seconds to go. The final stat line from Game 6 as we will now trend into the offseason. Really upset that we didn't get the full Stanley Cup Championship celebration, but we've seen it how many times now in the GM mode. We know how it goes. We at least got the shot of Duchene lifting it, so that definitely makes my heart feel very warm as we will embrace another challenge in the offseason. And there you have it, Stanley Cup champions in season, what are we even in now? Season 8? Is that the conclusion of Season 8? 3rd time in a row, your Montreal Canadiens. We have work to do in the offseason. We do have to look at this roster and make decisions, because they are going to be another year older, and now you're starting to see the best players on this Canadiens team starting to exit their prime, shall we say. I'd say some of these guys kind of still in their prime. Duchene, we're going to take a look at this in a little bit, but like Duchene and Subban and Hedman still kind of in their prime, but they're getting into their 30s now, and we're going to have decisions to make on some players on this roster in the offseason. Revamp it, try to go for the 4-peat now. I can't believe this is a thing. Still sickened to my stomach that my controller literally died in the middle of the cup celebration. But anyway, there's nothing I can do about that. Let's look at stats. Stats from the playoffs, all skaters, just an unbelievable run for Matt Duchene, who is now 30 years old. So he's officially 30 and is trending toward the wrong side of 30 as this GM mode carries on. He's been here since Season 1. This is his last 4 seasons in the regular season and what he has accomplished. In fact, had his best season of the last 4 years with 25 goals and 68 points in 82 games. So he had a really solid run. What's his playoffs been like in the past 3 runs? 3 Stanley Cup championships in a row, and he outdid himself this time. He played in 24 games, and he scored 29 points, 13 goals. Still didn't eclipse 15 goals in 21 games. That's just insane. What a proven superstar Matt Duchene has been for the Canadiens. A true first-line center, a stud first-line center for this team that I knew we needed if we were going to get this team over the hump into the playoffs and on to winning Stanley Cup championships. We have accomplished that. Max Pacioretty, a final line for number 67, 32 years old at this point, a player that we could be moving on from in the not-too-distant future. The contract for Pacioretty is 5 years remaining at 5.9 AAV, 24 points in 24 games this time around. He's got a consistent mark of scoring. In fact, his goal scoring each playoff run keeps getting better each year. and he keeps improving those point totals. So the assists stay the same, the goals go up by 1. He, of course, played 24 games this time around as opposed to 22. For Max Pacioretty, Louis LeBlanc, 30 years old like Duchesne, has 5 years left on that deal, worth the money. Had the cup-clinching goal in Game 6, his regular season. If you want to see it, his playoff stats, 23 points in 24 games. Just pretty much more of the same from LeBlanc, so he's a very consistent player as well when it comes to point totals. In the playoffs, PK Subban, his regular season stats, but I want to see what the playoff stats were for Subban. Just 3 goals in the 24 games this time around, but you don't need him to score goals all the time. A former Conn Smythe Trophy winner here in the GM mode, but he had 21 points. He assisted on 18 of them. He had 18 helpers in the playoffs. 32 years old, 2 years left. Could be time to move on from Subban in the future, but not for next season. We're definitely holding on to Subban. The player of the future captain and the player of this team that I'm looking forward to watching grow as this GM mode continues, because this GM mode is not done by a long shot. The reason why I want to keep this going at least about 14, 15 seasons is because of players like Su Kai-Ming. As he reaches his 30s, I want to see what his stats end up looking like as we do season simulations and, of course, go through playoff runs. He had 11 goals and 20 points in 24 games. Also signed to a long-term deal. We locked him up big time, 7 years, 5.1 AAV. Kamayev, just real quick, 27 years old, my second-round draft pick in 2013 draft. That will be the first-year draft of the GM mode. His playoff stats for the past 3 years, just putting everything on the screen. So here's a player that I'm really thinking of moving on from already, okay? It's 33-year-old Brad Marchand. He's been a key piece of this team for multiple playoff runs. He's got 2 years left and a very friendly AAV in the GM mode, capable of still getting it done, but it would be nice to kind of move on from Marchand. We could open up a roster spot for Lucas Voivoda, who I'm projecting to be ready for next season. Voivoda could slide maybe into our top 6. We can figure something out in the offseason. But here's Marchand's playoffs, 8 goals and 17 points. Still getting it done. Definitely capable of getting it done. But a player I'm interested in potentially moving on from, 32-year-old Lars Eller, third-line center. This was his last year with the team. I think we move on from Eller. We're paying him a lot of money to be my third-line center, but I have that nice depth with an 85 overall on the third line playing at center. And you can't have enough center depth, in my opinion. Tamernis, 4 years left, looking to keep him around. He's only 30 years old. And his overall rating, and if you look at his attributes, he's a really good defender. He's a really good defender with really good shot and good senses. He's going to be an important piece, a key piece for the team going through the season simulations as well as in the playoffs. Not doing a ton. He actually had 6 goals. I didn't realize he had 6 goals in the playoffs. He really had 6 goals this year. That just kind of slid underneath the door for me. I didn't realize that he had that many goals. Hjalmarsson, 32 years old. Look at the contract situation, 2 years left. I'm happy with keeping Hjalmarsson around for one more season, but it will be perhaps the last year with Simon Hjalmarsson. He's a good depth option on the third line, fourth line. I mean, I could always relegate him to the AHL and then call him up if we have injuries, if need be in the future. Malte Stromwall signing in free agency, former Carolina Hurricane. We gave him the 1-year deal. There's his regular season snapshot of it. His playoffs, 7 goals, 13 points in 24 games. Not bad. And 80 overall, playing on somewhere in my bottom 6. Brian Dumoulin, final line for Dumoulin. He has 2 years left at a very friendly deal in the AHL. So 45 points in the regular. Wow. Oh, no, that's the AHL. He played 76 games in the AHL. That's right. His playoffs, he had 3 goals, 13 points in 21 games. Weston, 31 years old and 2 years left. AHL depth for my team, but very much a player that could be serviceable should you need him in the playoffs or in the regular season. Then there's Ryan Murphy, probably one of the most clutch signings that I could have made in free agency. I gave him 1 year to get a look at him. I'm thinking we bring back Murphy for another season, maybe sign him to multiple-year deal. How old is Murphy? He's 28. I think we give him a multi-year contract in the offseason. He had an okay regular season, but man, did he show up in the playoffs. 5 goals in 24 games played. He had 11 points his first year as a Hab. Then Sean Monahan, if he keeps growing, he's 82 overall, and he's 26. He may not be done growing. He's on a 2-year contract. We claimed him off waivers. Big waiver sign, or waiver claim, rather. And who's to say that he doesn't bump up to an 84, 85, maybe an 86 overall? He would be the Lars Eller replacement on like the third line, essentially, with this team. Here's what he did in the playoffs. 10.6 goals, 24 games played. I want to go through this kind of quickly. Severson also claimed off waivers from New Jersey. 4-year deal that we signed him to, $5 million AAV. 77 games played in the regular season, 7 goals. In the playoffs, he didn't score a goal, but he had 8 helpers in 23 games played. The key part for me, for Severson, is the plus 12. He helped keep the puck out of the back of the net. Patrick Holland, depth forward, who is 29 years old and is signed to a 1-year deal. Did he play in the playoffs? What season did we just play? Did we just play the 2020-2021 season? So he would have played in, yeah, he was on the team. That's right. I remember him being on the ice. He played 24 games. He had 1 goal. I do remember him scoring a goal, I want to say in the Columbus series. I think he scored his goal. I don't remember where that came from. Hedman only got into, remember Hedman, we entered the playoffs without Victor Hedman healthy. He played 3 games in the Stanley Cup final, but he came through with a goal, and he had 3 points, a -2, 30 years old. So like I said, the stars of this team are starting to age a little bit. They're not aging out yet, but they are starting to age a little bit. Kohlberg, 4th liner, 27 years young, 1 year left on that deal. Regular season stats, he played in 24 games, had 1 goal and 2 points. Depth player on my bottom 6. Beegers played 3 games and Ellis with 1 game, so we're going to skip all that. What did Carey Price do? He had his worst playoff run of his career, maybe of his career? Definitely of the GM mode. I mean, the GAA was ultra high, ultra mega supremely high, and a sub 900 save percentage, just unlike Carey Price. He's 33 now. Is he starting to drop off? That's where my fear comes in. We're definitely sticking with Carey Price for the long term here. He's going to get us through with a good I would assume a good regular season simulation. He had a 922 and a 2.28 in the regular season. But man, look at the stinker of a playoffs he had and still won the Stanley Cup with 24 games played. He won 16 games, 6 losses for Carey Price. But it's the GAA and the save percentage. I mean, what happened? What happened to Pricer on this playoff run? So we have some things to look at in the offseason in terms of how we want to shape this roster up. We're going to have to look at what players could be available in free agency and via a trade to shore up this team to go for number 4 in a row in next season's season simulation. And a final look at the playoff tree just to see how both teams got there. Montreal over Buffalo in 7, Montreal over Boston in 5, and then over Columbus in the conference final in 6 games. Out west, St. Louis ran through Chicago in 6, over San Jose, they are St. Louis, over San Jose in 5, and over Calgary in 5. I really wanted that matchup with the Flames and Johnny Gaudreau. Maybe in another season, maybe in another lifetime. The Canadiens are the Stanley Cup champions for the 3rd straight season. And I want to show the awards. Can we look at the awards screen already? Or do I have to simulate further ahead to see that? There it is. Wow, it hasn't changed since 2017, 2018. 18, 19, 19, 20, and 20 and 21 seasons. The Stanley Cup championship has gone to the Montreal Canadiens. And we won the President's Trophy as well. That's right. We were President's Trophy winners this past season and took home the ultimate hardware at the season's conclusion. The Blues make it to the final all the way, a glory run to the final, only to drop it to the 2-time defending Cup champions at the time, now the 3-time defending Cup champions. I can't go over it enough because it doesn't even seem real to me that we've won that. Alexander Ovechkin, the Art Ross Trophy. Man, my brain is scrambled mess right now. Hart also goes to Ovechkin. Norris to Duncan Keith. Man, Keith is on the verge of retirement. That could be his last season in the league, and he goes out with the Norris Trophy, so very well done to Duncan Keith. Jonathan Drouin, the Lady Byng. I mean, Drouin should be winning a ton of awards. He basically does it every single year. We got to find a way to add Drouin to this team. Could you imagine this Canadiens team with Jonathan Drouin on it? Calder goes to Laurent Dauphin. Man, I remember when he was a prospect. Matt Duchene, third straight Conn Smythe. So all three years that we had the three-peat, Duchene took home the Conn Smythe as the most valuable player. Remember, it went to PK Subban for a spell there, and now it is Matt Duchene. I remember Storm Phaneuf. This is actually a real player, by the way. I looked this up a long time ago because I was amazed at the name Storm Phaneuf. I thought it was hilarious. There was a guy named Storm in the game. I thought he was created by the game. This is actually a real player that was a real prospect. So, and he takes home the Jennings Trophy as well with Braden Holtby. He took the Vezina, and he takes home the William M. Jennings Trophy as the best goaltending tandem. Alexiak with the Stars takes the Masterton. The Selke goes to Connor McDavid. So there you go, Connor McDavid winning the Selke before he wins an offensive award like the Hart Memorial or the Art Ross or the Richard Trophy. Lindsay to Ovechkin. Drouin with the Richard for the fourth straight, maybe the fifth straight year. I don't know who won the trophy in the 16-17 season. The Stanley Cup, and that's the final screen we need to see from the award screen. I mean, it's unreal to me that we have pulled this off. Like I said, the hard part now is trying to retool the roster, which is going to be, like I said, another year older. The league just keeps getting better. Some of the created players and the players that I edited, like Connor McDavid and Johnny Gaudreau, are going to continue growing, so they're going to make their squads even better. It's going to become an even tougher league for us to remain competitive with, and I'm a little concerned that Carey Price might be dropping off a little bit. That playoff run was not very good, but we did play on some changed sliders as well for that playoff run, so that may have altered things a little bit. We're going to try to change the sliders and make it even more difficult for next season should we make the playoffs in Season 9. And I imagine that's about all that I need to take a look at. There's one more thing I will show before I close the video off. The statistics. Every season in review of the GM mode to this point, Seasons 1 through 8. So we won the Season 1 championship with a 47-27 record. We went out in the second round in Season 2 to the Leafs. Did not qualify for the playoffs in 2015. We got back there the following year in 2016. That would have been Season 4. Won that Stanley Cup. Did not make the playoffs in 2017. Season 5 we missed. Season 6, Season 7, and Season 8 all ended in Stanley Cup championships. 56 win, 22 loss, 4 OT loss, 116-point season, the best one of the whole GM mode, or of any GM mode, for me, for that matter. And we take the President's Trophy, Stanley Cup. We have a Conn Smythe winner in Matt Duchene for the third straight season. I can't wait to get right back at it for Season 9. And that is where we will pick up in the next video. Thank you for watching.